The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Anishun's transmission cut to static. Alexander Morrison, Director of Earth's Interstellar Relations, stared at the blank screen in the command center, his knuckles white against the console's edge. "Replay the last 10 seconds, he ordered. His voice steady despite the ice forming in his chest. The communications officer complied. Anna's face reappeared, her diplomatic smile replaced by shock as plasma fire illuminated the background. "They're firing on the delegation. This is a flagrant violation of..." The feed died. Alexander closed his eyes. Anna wasn't just Earth's finest diplomat. She was his colleague, his friend, and the woman who had dedicated 15 years to preventing exactly this kind of catastrophe. "Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the Vraxian Empire," the communications officer announced nervously. A reptilian face filled the screen, scales gleaming with arrogance. "High Commander Zartos, leader of the Vraxian military caste." "Humans," he hissed, "your diplomat has been dealt with for her insolence. She dared question Vraxian authority in front of the council. Consider this a lesson in respecting your superiors." Alexander remained perfectly still, his face an unreadable mask. The command center waited, dozens of officers watching their director for a response. "I see," Alexander said quietly. "And the other members of her delegation?" Zarthos's smile revealed rows of serrated teeth. "Also eliminated. The council has been informed that humans no longer have representation. Your species will accept the trade restrictions and territorial limitations we impose, or face the consequences." "Consequences," Alexander repeated, as if tasting the word. "Your fleet numbers barely 300 vessels. The Vraxian Armada commands over 5,000 warships. Do not test us, human." Alexander nodded slowly. "Thank you for clarifying your position, High Commander. Earth will respond shortly." He terminated the connection before Zartos could reply. The command center erupted into controlled chaos. Officers began speaking urgently, updating threat assessments, calculating response times. Alexander raised his hand, and silence returned immediately. "Lieutenant Harris, authenticate my identity for Protocol Umbra." The young officer paled. "Sir, that's now, Lieutenant." Fingers trembled across the keyboard. "Authentication required for Protocol Umbra. Director Morrison, please provide authorization code." Alexander spoke clearly. "Morrison Alpha 77 Tango Echo November." "The Rubicon is crossed." Every person in the command center turned to stare. Protocol Umbra was a myth, a contingency plan so extreme that most believed it didn't actually exist. "Authorization confirmed," the computer intoned. "Protocol Umbra is now active. All defensive and offensive measures released from treaty restrictions. Quantum Ansible network activated. Deep space assets responding." Alexander walked to the central holographic display as star systems flickered to life. Red markers began appearing across known space, not 300 ships, but thousands. Stations hidden in asteroid fields, dormant warships in deep space, weapons platforms disguised as mining equipment. "My God," whispered the tactical officer. "We've been building this for decades." 70 years, Alexander corrected. "Since we first made contact and realized how the galaxy really works." He touched Anna's service photo on his tablet, her confident smile frozen in time. "We hoped we'd never need it. Anna believed we could find another way." A new face appeared on the main screen. Admiral Sarah Okoro, commander of Earth's actual military fleet. "Director Morrison, I've received Protocol Umbra activation. All assets are weapons-free and awaiting targets. The Vraxian Empire murdered our diplomatic delegation under a flag of truce," Alexander stated. "This constitutes an act of total war. You are authorized to proceed with the extermination protocol." Admiral Okaro's expression hardened. "Understood, sir. The Vraxian home system will be neutralized within 72 hours. Outlying military installations will be eliminated within 1 week. The Empire will cease to exist within 30 days. The holographic display updated, showing fleet movements that would make military historians weep. Human warships dropped out of stealth across 100 systems simultaneously. Vraxian defensive stations vanished in coordinated strikes so precise they seemed choreographed. Alexander watched the Vraxian Empire begin to crumble in real time. Other species would call it excessive. Humanity had hidden its true military capabilities, playing the role of minor newcomers while secretly becoming the deadliest force in known space. Incoming transmission from the Galactic Council, the communications officer reported nervously. This time, 12 alien faces appeared on screen, representatives of species who had watched Anna die without intervention. The council speaker, a crystalline being named Thorol, spoke first. Director Morrison, we demand you cease this military action immediately. The destruction you're causing violates 17 galactic conventions. Ambassador Shun's murder violated 43 conventions, Alexander interrupted coldly. Her delegation traveled under diplomatic immunity. They were unarmed. And every member of your council watched them die without saying a single word. Thorol's crystalline structure flickered with what might have been embarrassment. The Vraxians are a powerful member species. We cannot simply then watch what happens when you murder humanity's people and expect us to accept it quietly, Alexander said. We came to the stars hoping to find equals. Instead, we found predators and cowards. You allowed the Vraxians to believe they could kill us without consequence. Now they'll learn the truth. You'll destabilize the entire galactic order. Another counselor protested. Alexander's smile was colder than deep space. Good, maybe the next order will value justice over convenience. He terminated the connection and pulled up the casualty reports. Vraxian military losses were already in the millions. Their fleet, so vast and intimidating, was being systematically dismantled by weapons technology centuries ahead of anything the galaxy had seen. Anna would have hated this. Alexander knew. She'd dedicated her life to finding diplomatic solutions, to proving humanity could be different. But she would also understand. You don't silence the voice of peace and expect to survive. Sir, Admiral Okoro reported, Vraxian High Command is requesting negotiations. Denied, Alexander replied. Anna was our negotiator. They killed her. Continue the operation. The holographic display showed the Vraxian homeworld surrounded by human warships, their planetary defenses already in ruins. Across the galaxy, humanity's true face was finally revealed, not the friendly newcomers seeking acceptance, but sleeping giants who had spent decades preparing for the day. When someone made the fatal mistake of assuming human patience meant human weakness, Alexander looked at Anna's photo one final time. I'm sorry, he whispered. You deserved a better galaxy than this. The extermination of the Vraxian Empire continued with mechanical precision, and the galaxy would never underestimate humanity again.